What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Devin. I hope that you will consider sticking around and subscribing. And if you're not new, as always, welcome back. You know I love you. So I am really excited about today's video because I obviously just got done filming it. So I just filmed this entire look for you guys, and this video that you're watching right now is going to be specifically focused on the eye portion of this bridal makeup look. So this is my signature style. If this is your first time here, I am a bridal makeup artist in addition to a YouTube content creator, and I really like to specialize in the full glam bride. So this is my ideal look. This is the look that I hope every bride asks for when she comes to me. So we're talking all about eyes today, and we have a lot to go over. I am going to be using this palette right here. This is the P. Louise Wedding Wish XL palette. It is a bridal makeup artist's dream palette. Like, I truly do not think you need anything else besides this palette, especially like if you're just building your kit, get this, you need nothing else. So if you are interested in seeing how I got this glam bridal eye look, then let's get right into the tutorial. All right, you guys, let's get started. So I have already applied my eye tape, so I'm just gonna go ahead and brush up my brows. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of concealer. This is my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Porcelain. And I'm gonna pick up a little bit of it on a concealer brush. I don't wanna get too much on it to start. I just want a little bit, just enough so I can carve underneath the brow. So I'm just going to kind of flip the brush on its side, and I'm gonna use the side to just go underneath the natural curve of my brow. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and blend that out a little bit. And then I'm gonna go in with my P. Louise eye base. This is in the shade Rumor 2. Definitely my most used shade on myself and in my kit. In case I didn't mention this in the intro, all of these are products from my personal collection. Some of them are things that I also keep in my kit and some are not, but you're still gonna get the general gist of my signature bridal look in this tutorial. It's just that the products might be slightly different just based on like what I am using in my kit at the moment versus what I'm using on myself. They are, I mean, I keep obviously products in my kit that I like using on myself, but they're just not always the same. So anyway, I'm just applying this eye primer with that same brush, kind of tapping it into my eyelid. I can use my finger to kind of dab it out and blend it out too. I know a lot of artists just kind of use the concealer that they use to carve the brows as their eyeshadow primer. I do that sometimes too, but I just find that there's something about this P. Louise, I think it's mainly the grip of it, that I just really like as an eye base, just a little bit more than concealer, especially for a glam, like a really glam look, which is what we're going to be doing today. Okay, for eyeshadow, we are going to be using this palette, which I'm so excited about. So this is the P. Louise, the Bridal Series Wedding Wish XL. Just look at this. Like, as a bridal makeup artist, this is literally the only thing you need. You have every single shade from light to dark. You have every single neutral. You have every single undertone. You even have some pinks for those brides that like more of like a rosy eyeshadow. I can't think of anything that I would add to this. I feel like this is a bridal makeup artist dream, from literally white to black. Like, you have the light white shade to the dark black shade. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is set down the lid. I'm actually gonna come into this shade Loyalty because I don't want a super bright white lid, so I am not gonna use that one. I'm gonna use this one. And I just have that on a fluffy brush, and I'm using that to set down my primer and my concealer. Next, I wanna go in with kind of like a mid shade. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Handsome. And I'm picking this up on a small fluffy brush, so you can see it's fluffy. It's definitely not dense, but it's not super big, and it also has a little bit of a taper to the bristles. So the shape of this brush is gonna help us concentrate this in the outer corner to start, but it also has enough fluffiness to it where we can also do some blending with it as well. Okay, so you can see it definitely started off pretty pigmented, like right off the bat, which is good to see. So anyway, I am just packing this into my outer corner, and then as I get that color kind of off the brush and onto my eye, I'm also going to use the tip of it to start taking it up into the crease as well. So obviously the amount of blending, the depth of color, like the placement of the shadow definitely varies when I'm working on my clients based on what their eye shape is and how dramatic they want the makeup to be and all of that stuff. How much room they have on their eyelid kind of dictates how much we blend and pack on. So definitely keep that in mind. I have a lot of space in this area, so I really have room to blend. If you've watched my makeup tutorials before, you know that, but just if you're keeping this in mind as like a bridal look, just know that whether you're an artist working on someone else or you're a bride doing your own makeup, it's not gonna look exactly the same on you as it will on me or on anybody else for that matter. So okay, I just explained the whole next step and was talking a whole bunch and I wasn't recording. That's great. So what I did was I came into this shade Endearment and I picked it up on a Sigma E40, which is just kind of like your typical crease blending brush. It's nice and fluffy. I'm sure, well, I don't want to assume, but I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of this brush before. So this is going to be our crease shade. Since I already kind of did it, I don't want to add too much to it, but I'll just show you what I did. So I just took my brush and ran that color through the crease. And again, because I have a lot of lid space and a lot of brow bone space, I am being generous with my blending and my color placement. So I just want you guys to be aware that you're going to have to tailor this look to the eye shape that you're working on, whether that be on you or someone else. So I don't know, that might be kind of like a given to some people, but I want to make sure in this look that, you know, I'm showing you my signature look. I'm explaining why I do what I do and why I like to do the things that I do when I'm going through my makeup application process, because it's different for everybody. It's different for every person. It's different for every artist. So I just want to make sure that I'm giving you guys all of that information. And this look will be very warm leaning, but you can also, especially with a palette like this, you can recreate this same look with any range of tones that you want. You can follow the same techniques and just switch out the colors. But today we're doing warm because I like warm. Okay, so at this point in my process is typically when I do the shimmer on the lid. So for today, I am going to take the shade Love, and I'm getting this on my finger because I'm doing it on myself. I don't really use my finger to apply eyeshadow on clients, especially not if I have nails. I'll use a brush, but on myself, I like to get it on my finger first and then kind of like tap it out and blend it out with a brush to get a little bit more detailed in the crevices. But look at how beautiful that is. And I am a shimmery girl. Unless somebody specifies I don't like shimmer, I want all matte, I definitely like to have a nice beautiful shimmer on the lid. So okay, and then I am just picking this up on kind of like a small packer brush, and I'm just gonna take it through the inner corner and up towards the crease just to make sure it's kind of a hard area to get in with my finger, especially because I have deep set eyes, so it's kind of hard for me to get in this little crevice here. So that's definitely where it's helpful to use a brush. Moving right along, time for eyeliner. So I am going to use my Mario liquid eyeliner. This is a felt tip, and what is this called? The Master Matte Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Super Black. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this to line just the inner portion of my eyelid, and I'm gonna keep it really skinny here at the inner corner and then kind of allow it to naturally get a little bigger as we go towards the outer corner across the lid. And I'm going to bring this maybe like two-thirds, 3/4 of the way across my eyelid. Now, if I was working on a client, I would not go directly in with the eyeliner pencil. I would have to use a disposable to apply it. So I don't use this exact one in my kit. I do use something a little bit different, but on me, obviously it doesn't matter because I only use this eyeliner on myself. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a gel eyeliner. So this is the Too Faced Killer eyeliner in the shade Killer Black. I just ordered this. It's my first time using this. I'm really excited about it. Too Faced was having their friends and family sale recently for 30% off, so I picked up a bunch of stuff from them because I love them. So I am going to use this to smudge along the outer corner to kind of finish the line that we were just drawing with the liquid. And the reason that I do this is because I like a smoky, like smudged out eyeliner. I don't really like a harsh wing or anything like that. I like to keep my looks really like blended out and smoky and smoldering. But that being said, I do like a precise eyeliner on the inner corner. So that's why I like to use the liquid to get in there. And then in the outer bit, I like to put pencil eyeliner or a gel eyeliner out here to provide a base. And then we're gonna use dark eyeshadow to smoke out the outer corner. But having this line at the lash line really gives good definition. It gives a nice spot for the lashes to lay and kind of disguise them a little bit, like disguise the lash band a little bit. So as much as I hate eyeliner, it's definitely a crucial step in my bridal makeup process. So that's that. And first impression, this eyeliner is amazing. It's super black and it's easy to apply. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take like an angled brow brush almost, and I'm gonna go into the black. I'm gonna try to be careful with this because it looks pigmented. Maybe tap a little bit off on my paper towel. So like I said, the liner that we just laid down is gonna act as a base, because if we just went in with black eyeshadow on the outer corner or like along the lash line here, I find that the shadow kind of fades away and then you can kind of see the line between the liquid and the shadow. So that's why I like to use the pencil in the outer corner, because it's easier to smudge. It's not as harsh of a line, but it also gives like a nice base for the black eyeshadow. So I am going to tap this in. I'm just smudging this in the outer corner. I'm extending it out just a little bit and starting to just give myself like a baby smoky wing. Okay, then I'm gonna take a Morphe E506. This is like a nice little precision blending brush. And I am going to take a dark brown. Which dark brown do I want to use? Maybe this one. We'll try Lucky in Love. And I'm gonna make sure I tap that off so I don't have too much at once. And I'm going to start blending in the outer corner. So again, I'm going for less of like a winged liner look and more of just like a smoked out glam look. So I don't want like my whole outer corner to be black, you know what I mean? But I do want to build up the depth just a little bit. So kind of using the tip of that to pack that in, and then we can also blend it up and out a little bit. Okay, and then take my crease brush that we were using earlier, just so that I don't take that dark color up too far. And I actually just picked up a little bit more of that crease shade that we were using earlier on this brush, and I'm blending that through. So really, I mean, I just like to blend and build things up and kind of see how it goes as I'm doing it and adjust as needed. I truly think that this is way easier to do on somebody else than it is on myself, because I can use both eyes and like see what I'm doing. Doing it like this on myself is definitely a little bit harder because I have to close one eye to be able to do my makeup. Okay, getting maybe a little bit more black so we don't lose any of that. A little bit more of that dark brown, and we're just blending. And then also I'm gonna get a little bit more of our shimmer since we've been working a lot on the lid, and I'm just gonna pack that into the middle so we don't lose that with all of the work we've just done in the outer corner. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye and I'll be right back. And then to finish everything off, I'm just taking a clean blending brush with no extra powder on it, and I'm just running it over top of everything to make sure that we are super blended. I am kind of an obsessive blender. Like, I will spend so long on the eyes to make sure that every little detail is as perfect as it can be. Sometimes I get carried away and I spend a little bit too much time on the eyes, and then I'm kind of trying to make up time in other areas, but I can't help it. I feel like you have to get the details of the eyes right or the whole look is off, you know? Okay, that is pretty much the basics for the eyes. We're not done yet, but this is where I would stop and do the face. So I am gonna take my eye tapes off so you guys can get kind of the full effect because it looks kind of messy right now because I've blended over top of the tapes. But once I take them off, look at that. Just like a beautiful, clean edge. And same thing on this eye. Love. I love using tapes. I really do. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to move on to the face. I'm gonna film a separate video, kind of like a part 2 to this. So this video will be focused on the eyes, and then there will be a part 2 where I walk through my process for what I would do for the complexion for bridal glam. So I am gonna come back with my face done and we will finish up the eyes and lips and that'll be done. All right, you guys, hello. We are back with a full face. Let's finish up the eyes. I think I'm gonna test out, because I don't normally do this for myself, I'm gonna test out the bright waterline, and then we will do some shadow on the lower lash line as well. So this is just the Too Faced Killer Liner in the shade Killer Cashmere, and this is just gonna help keep our eyes looking nice and bright. So I think you can probably tell on camera that the thing about this is that it almost, because it's a light color, it almost kind of blends in with the whites of your eye and makes your eye look bigger because it kind of looks like an extension of your eye on the waterline, if that makes sense. So, okay, so now we're gonna do a little bit of shadow on the lower lash line to finish this off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of the shade Handsome, which is that mid-tone that we used in the outer corner to start this look. And I have it on a little smudger brush here so you can see kind of the shape of this. This will help us get tight to the lower lash line. Tapping off the excess because we want to be careful here. The rest of our face is done, so we're really trying to avoid any eyeshadow falling out onto the makeup at this point. So I am just gonna hug my lower lash line with this color and I'm going to pack it in, kind of connecting it in the outer corner here with the shadow at the top. And I am trying to slightly taper this, so keeping it a little bit thicker on the outside, but keeping the line of eyeshadow a little bit thinner as we go towards the inner corner. Okay, and then coming back into the shade Endearment, which was the crease shade we were using, getting this on a brush like this, something that's kind of tapered that I'll be able to hug the lower lash line with, and but it's still fluffy enough to where we can kind of blend and smoke this out. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm taking this lighter shade and I'm just using it to blend out the shade that we just packed on. Lastly, I'm gonna take a little tiny detail brush like this, and I'm gonna come into the shade up here, which is called Intimacy, and I'm gonna use that for a little inner corner and brow bone highlight. Okay, that actually pulls pretty gold, so I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell on camera, but in person it definitely looks like it pulls pretty gold. So let's come down here to the shade White Dove. I'm gonna layer that over top and see if that just looks a little bit brighter. All right, you guys, it is time for lashes and lips, and then we will be done. Nothing fancy here, nothing new. I'm gonna be using my Tweezerman eyelash curler, and then I'm gonna use this waterproof mascara. This is from Essence. It is the Lash Princess waterproof version. Okay, for lashes today, I have this little multi-pack from Kiss. So this is a little variety pack. I think I'm gonna go for these ones here called Pompadour because they're a little bit more dramatic, but they still have that nice like taper that will pair really well with kind of our winged out look here today. So for these, because these have a taper on the outer corner, I'm going to trim them from the inner corner because we don't want to lose the length on that outer corner. That's where we want that nice like wispy swoop for the cat eye effect. So I'm just gonna trim a little bit off of the inner corner for each eye. Measuring the lashes is definitely something you wanna make sure you do for your clients because everybody's eye shape and eye length is obviously different. So you wanna make sure you're really tailoring that lash to them. So anyway, I'm gonna get some of my Kiss lash glue on here. This is the lash glue that I use in my kit as well because this is latex free. Latex glues can make people's eyes water and some people are allergic to latex, so it's just better to use glue that's latex free. And then I always like to make sure that I clamp the fake lashes and the real lashes together so that they don't separate from each other and everything looks nice and blended. Okay, lashes are on. I really like these. I feel like they're just enough drama, but they don't overpower the eyes. They don't look like caterpillars. Like when I have my eyes open, you can still see my eyeshadow. They don't cover up the whole look. But make no mistake, they are still very glam. So I really like these. So I am just gonna slap on a nude lip combo real quick here. I'm gonna go for more of like a beigey nude as opposed to a pinky nude because I just feel like that lends itself well to this look. This is a very warm, neutral look. So I prefer more of like a true nude, like not pink nude, if that makes sense, for this type of look. So I'm gonna use my Makeup by Mario lip pencil in the shade Almond. If you watched my glowy spring makeup tutorial, you saw me use it in that one too. And I have been really loving this pencil since I filmed that video. So I'm gonna use it again today. Okay, so now we have our lips fully lined and slightly overlined because we want a nice plump glam look. So as you can see, it's a beautiful kind of mid-toned neutral. I do like to use a slightly darker lip liner. This is like a very common thing with makeup artists, especially in bridal. Using a slightly darker lip liner and then lightening it up with a lighter nude lipstick will give dimension to the look and will kind of give that like lip contour effect for your lips. So I'm gonna go in next with the shade Dream Date. This is a ColourPop lippy stick. This is not something, I do have this lip pencil in my kit. I do not have this lip color in my kit, but I love the ColourPop lippy sticks. I just think they're such a classic. This is kind of like a lighter, almost peachier nude, so this is gonna help us lighten up this look. Okay, so hopefully you guys can tell a difference. That just lightened us up a little bit. That gave a little bit more dimension to the look. So you could stop here if your client doesn't like lip gloss, or if you are following this along because you're doing your own makeup and you don't like lip gloss. I do. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more dimension to this look by finishing it off with a gloss. So I'm gonna use the NYX Butter Gloss. This is in the shade Fortune Cookie. As you can see, it's a light nudie nude nude, as I like to say. And I'm gonna focus this right in the center. I don't have this in my kit, but I need to put this in my kit because this is a perfect little lip gloss for like what I'm doing. So hopefully it was able to read on camera. Hopefully you guys see what I did there with like layering those three lip products, starting with a darker lip liner, putting a nude lipstick over top, and then even finishing it off and lightening it up a little bit more in the center with a really like nudie nude gloss will really give your lips that beautiful bridal look with dimension where you have that beautiful nude. It's not too dark, it's not overpowering, but you still have a gorgeous structure to the lips. So I really like it and I think we're done. All right, you guys, here we are with the finished look. What do we think? I am so happy with the way that this look turned out. I absolutely love this. This is what I want you to tell me that you want for your makeup when you come to do a trial with me or when you hire me to do your wedding makeup. This makeup makes me so freaking happy. I am so happy that it came out this way for this video. So this is the eye portion. I hope that you liked it. I hope that you learned something. If you are a makeup artist and you're looking for inspo for your bridal looks, maybe you haven't found your signature look yet, maybe this is something that you can take inspiration from. If you're a full glam girl, just like I am. If you are a bride wanting to do your own makeup for your wedding, that is totally fine. I hope that this was helpful for you as well. Stay tuned for part 2 if you want to see how I did this complexion. So keep an eye out for that. That will be up after this one as quickly as I can edit it and get it together. If you have made it this far in the video and you have not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, and you can also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads from me. If you like these bridal looks, if you like this makeup artist bridal kind of content, definitely give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below letting me know. I love this type of content, but I obviously want to know what you who are watching my channel want to see as well. But with all that being said, that is going to be the end of this video. So I will catch you guys in my next one. Mwah. Love you. Bye.